I'm back to talk to you about Crown Jewel Perth. This is a bonus episode of the Triple B podcast. Welcome to the show.
Bourbon, belts, blockbusters. You are listening to the Triple B podcast. Let's fucking go.
So we got a loaded card today. We are going to go over the predictions. I'm doing this by myself, so there's really nobody to compete against but myself. We all know how I do on these predictions, so I'm hoping I could go 5 for 5 for once, but we'll see after the show. We got an early morning for the PLE, so got to get these predictions in. Alright, getting into the matches in no particular order. I'm just going in order of how they announced them on SmackDown. So just going from top to bottom here. We got the men's crown jewel match. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. Champion versus champion. I think they've done a really great job building stakes into this match, more than just being for a non-existent title until this time of the year comes around. Seth is 0-3 against Cody Rhodes. We got Paul Heyman at stake. He's in his head. They've done a really great job driving home the storyline for this. So I predict Seth Rollins is going to win this match. There's just so much riding on it. Do I think it's going to be a clean finish? No, but Seth needs this win, and I think he can do it over Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel. Going over to the women's Crown Jewel match, we got Stephanie McMahon versus Tiffany Stratton. I gotta say, this match is probably the hardest one to predict for. I think Vakir definitely deserves the win here. I think she just got a lot of momentum going for her. She's so good in the ring. Her character's so good. I love her to win here, but I believe Tiffany Stratton is going to win. And I actually think Tiffany Stratton could use the win a little more just because her feud or her title reign has gone a little stale. Just with what we've talked on it on the show before, it's just who she's defended against hasn't really driven a lot of interest. She is a great talent in the ring, and I think her winning this match can just kind of give her a little push, and hopefully with that comes a great feud for her following this. So, prediction, Tiffany Stratton winning this. Next up, we got Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed in an Australian street fight. This was another one hard to predict, but I believe Roman Reigns is going to win this one again. I don't see him losing. Would I be definitely okay with him losing to Bronson Reed? Yeah, it would just drive some legitimacy to the vision, and Bronson Reed winning would help deliver that, especially over Roman Reigns. I don't see it happening, so predicting Roman Reigns winning. Next up, we got Kabuki Warriors versus Rhea Ripley and Io. It's hard to go against the hometown Rhea Ripley losing this match, so I feel like this is probably the easiest one to predict, but again, this is me predicting it, so I could totally be wrong, but I'm going with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky winning this. Does the Kabuki Warriors deserve to win it? Yes, I think what they're doing with their characters over there is interesting and can help drive home some things, but we'll see. I'm totally okay with either or, but I just predict with Rhea Ripley being from Australia, you can't disappoint the fans like that, right? And lastly, we got John Cena versus AJ Styles. We just got 4 dates left for Cena after tonight, or with tonight. So we got the farewell tour coming, and AJ Styles is next up. This was a fan's pick for him. This really wasn't in the cards originally, so I'm appreciative of it. This match is going to tear down the house, I believe, but John Cena's coming out on top. You can't have him lose to Brock and AJ Styles on his way out, could you? Again, could be very surprised by the outcome of this. Again, I'm more curious to see just the quality of the match for these two, plus what kind of homages John Cena is going to pay to other people he may not be able to face on his farewell tour. So that's been a lot of fun watching in those matches. Again, think overall this card is pretty stacked. Really excited for Cody versus Seth, as well as John Cena versus AJ Styles. But I could see the other matches being just as good, especially with Stephanie Vaquer in the ring with Tiffany Stratton. Dream matches right there. So really excited for the show, and I'll be talking to you afterwards about results and my thoughts and giving it the 3 bells rating. So tune in. What's up, guys? I'm back post show, and all I gotta say is, wow, what a show. We got a lot to unpack, so let's get right into it. My predictions, I went 3 for 5. Pretty solid night for myself, I would say. Normally on the lower end of the spectrum, but the 2 matches that I thought could have gone either way went the way that I didn't predict. But the rest of them, I would say, pretty much nailed it. So let's get into each match and talk on that. Starting off the night was Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. Again, I predicted Roman Reigns would win this. I said I would be okay with Bronson Reed winning, and guess what? Bronson Reed did win. I would say that this was the biggest surprise of the night, and it's not just because Bronson Reed won. It was really the post match and what came of it. So you get the Usos coming out after Roman Reigns said he wanted to do this alone. You know, we all say that in the heat of the moment, but you're getting your ass kicked by interfering Braun Breaker. You think you would want the help, and it was looking all rainbows and sunshines from there. And then Jey Uso goes and spears Roman Reigns. This is just like LA Knight kind of knocking him, or it was Bronson knocking him, but it was because of LA Knight, and Jay was getting all pissed off about that. And then he goes and does this to the tribal chief Roman Reigns. What a wild thing, which this ultimately ended up being Roman's demise, which led to getting tsunamied and Bronson Reed getting a huge win over Roman Reigns. I mean, it's incredible. The guy has only been pinned twice in recent history in one-on-one situations, 1 being Cody Rhodes, and now 2 being Bronson Reed. The guy has been a star. I've talked about it so many times. The guy is just, he got a presence. He got some mouthpiece with Paul Heyman, but he can also go on the mic. He got all the skills in the ring. I can't say enough good things about him. So very excited about this win and just how this, shapes the vision going forward. But not only that, you drive home another storyline where we got, bloodline, reoccurring themes going on. We got Jey Uso getting to do his thing because Roman's giving him advice, and Jimmy is being all cautious on this. And then you get this post match where Roman is just saying, "You should have left it alone. This shit's crazy." Blah 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 blah. It's dramatic. I cannot wait to see where this is going to go from there. Overall, very solid match. Took up quite a bit of time, just like the first one, mainly being the entrances, of course. But again, both these guys can go. Match was solid. Great start to the show. Crowd was eating it up, and I want to say they were just as surprised as myself with Bronson Reed winning. Next up, we had the Crown Jewel women's match. We had Stephanie Vaquer versus Stratton. I predicted Stratton, and I was wrong. Stephanie Vaquer wins this. Again, this was one I was like, I'm good with Stephanie Vaquer winning. I thought Stratton could use this win just because of what has been her title reign. I still feel that way in a sense, but again, I'm so okay with Stephanie Vick here. She got so much momentum with just the crowd just eating up everything that she does. She's got a strong following, and I don't think WWE is ready to pull that fire from her. So, from that standpoint, totally makes sense that she wins. Love the emotions from her post match. It just, you could tell she cares about this so much, and just the crowd reaction and everything going into it, it becomes overwhelming. And I love that she shows that on screen because it made for a special moment. And I mean, I will also say that I was wrong about this as well. I said that I kind of wanted some discourse between these two, especially from the SmackDown episode where they tag teamed. This match didn't need that. You have two of the best athletes in there, and they delivered on all accounts. It's refreshing to see Tiffany Stratton be in a match with someone that can go toe to toe with her just on their wrestling ability. So that was refreshing to see. I again just I love the wave that Stephanie Vickers is going on, and this continues that. So can't wait to see who she feuds with next, and hopefully Tiffany Strand gets some respect on her title reign and has a very solid next opponent for her title reign. So we'll see where that goes. Oh man, we got John Cena versus AJ Styles. I predicted John Cena would win this. Cena did win this. But what can I say? This match was an instant classic, and not in your standard form either. From the introduction uh, for John Cena to AJ's throwback outfit to his TNA days to Cena's note to give to the announcer for AJ's introduction. That one struck a heart chord, and it was just, you knew this was something special just from the get go. It, you know, in all intents and purposes, was just a fan picked match. You knew it was going to be a good one. I was excited for it. This just added another layer to it, and love them for doing that. This just continued the wave of the beginning of the show. I knew John Cena was going to pay homage to his greatest hits. I didn't expect it on this level, and I didn't expect AJ Styles to do it as well for some of his TNA feuds as well, which was just incredible. I mean, it makes sense because AJ made it pretty known that he's going to retire next year, so he's winding down as well. So uh, this was special. If you look at it from man, they just did finisher after finisher and kicked out of everything. Sure, it wasn't great, but because it was these two and these circumstances, I think it's okay. You can let it go. The crowd was so into it. They were even calling some of the things. I can't believe Cena almost went for a 619, but he didn't hit it, thankfully, because it probably would have been a disaster. But just all of the greatest hits finishes were great. And then there was the Sister Abigail. He nailed it. It was just the perfect moment in the match. And then the crowd reaction to it. I mean, I got emotional. It brought a tear to my eye. I miss Bray Wyatt so much. And I know John Cena and him had a really good connection from a match standpoint to backstage, and they definitely said that on announcing, and that moment was so special. And then the crowd just lighting up the fireflies and doing he's got the whole world in his hands. It was such an incredible moment. That's got to be my favorite spot from the show, the whole show. But man, just a fantastic match. Now I'm like just really excited. This takes out the bad taste that he lost to Brock Lesnar. I know the first half of his farewell tour is not well received, but we've just been getting great things from him since SummerSlam. And so I'm excited for his next 4 dates and seeing what we're going to get from him, because he's been delivering. It's getting sadder and sadder by the moment. It's just 4 dates with Cena, and and then who knows how many dates AJ Styles got. But what an incredible match! If you didn't watch it, I'm sorry, spoiled everything for you, but you need to go and watch this one and appreciate it for what it is. How do you follow up John Cena and AJ Styles? You got a tough uphill battle because that, like I said, was incredible. But you get Kabuki Warriors versus Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. I predicted Rhea and Io would win, and they sure did. I think they were very smart how they planned this card and how they picked who goes where, because you put any of the other matches post John Cena, AJ Styles, it probably wasn't going to get the fan reaction. And this one didn't start off strong with the crowd, but you put four of the best women wrestlers in the world together in a tag match, it's going to equal great results. And the crowd definitely started eating it up. You have Rhea Ripley, the hometown girl. It made total sense from that. And they delivered. I know it sounds redundant, but each match delivered tonight, so I won't even say it for the next match. Every match delivered, and what I thought was awesome with this match was Rhea letting Io get the win in this. I think Rhea easily could have got the win. You get the hometown girl winning the match, doing the pin, getting the crowd going crazy, but she let Io get the win. And why I think that's cool is because it goes better with the storyline. It was the Kabuki Warriors turning on Io essentially. Yeah, there was, Rhea got misted and everything. She's part of it, but really the story was surrounding Io. She gets the win, picks off Kyrie, and then you can let this develop even further. By now, Io can take out Asuka, and it could kind of get Rhea away from this and just let Io go. But I thought that was just very smart that they let her get the win. Just there's not much more to say. The match was good. Kyrie took some great hits, in this. She sacrificed herself for Asuka, and yeah, like I said, Asuka doesn't take the loss here. It was Kyrie, and so it just helps drive that story forward. So just very smart with the placement of this match and how they finished the match, I think. And it just, like I said, gets me excited for what happens next. The main event, we got Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins for the Crown Jewel Men's title. This had all the story with it. You have the two top stars of wrestling today. It basically is a Mania match without the titles being on the line or any title. But I think that's telling in itself is that, yes, there was a Crown Jewel title, but this match could have just been Seth versus Cody with the storyline it had and felt just as big because of how I think Seth sold the storyline. He's down 0-3. He's got to get a win. He's got the vision kind of swaying because they don't believe in him. And again, I just think Seth was a masterclass for the build up to this match. And so incredible from that standpoint. Now you get into the match, and there was just so much just storyline being told in that in itself, where it's just Seth getting in his head. He was pulling out all the stops early and nothing was sinking. Then you get Cody Rhodes giving his finisher, and of course Seth is kicking out, and then you get incredible moves, some things that we haven't seen from these guys in a long time or at all. You get Seth Rollins doing a headbutt coast to coast, which was crazy in itself. Looks like Seth might have hurt his shoulder on it. Hopefully he's okay from that, because he was kind of milking that throughout the rest of the match. You got Seth Rollins doing a Spanish fly to Cody. You got the avalanche crossroads from the top ropes. That move was done perfectly. It looked devastating. I wanted Seth to win, but you kind of wish that he didn't with that move, with how perfectly it was done. But Seth Rollins kicked out of that and eventually used the watch, the gift from WrestleMania 40, and punched Cody in the face and then delivered a stomp and then an avalanche curb stomp and gets the win. It was another incredible match. Again, just all the night long was so good, and this was the perfect main event. So Seth finally wins the big one when it comes in terms of Cody Rhodes. He's now got a elusive win against him. He's no longer 0-3. And then he his post match antics, he's just so full of himself, closes out the show with the crowd yelling, Seth freaking Rollins. It was the perfect way to end the night. I wanted Seth to win this. It just was so well deserved. Match was incredible, and now I'm just anticipating what's next for him because, like, I mean, the guy can do no wrong. He's just so good at what he does, and now I'm excited to see what direction he goes post Cody. So, yeah. Going on to final thoughts, I think, again, just incredible show, start to finish. The stage was awesome. The crowd was hot for everyone. And I'm just eagerly waiting to see what happens next for every superstar involved tonight because it delivered on all fronts and had you questioning what's next for each person. So I think that's telling of a good sign. If you can't tell by now, my 3 bells rating is a 3 out of 3. I would give this a 4 out of 3. I think every match brought it. I think every match had a great story told in each of it and drives home more story, bringing tears to my eyes because of the Sister Abigail and the crowd singing He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. Gets bonus points, and I gotta say, this was one of my favorite PLEs of the Triple H era. I think it hit on all fronts, and you gotta love it. So 4 bells is my rating for this. Would love to hear what you guys thought of the show. Well, on that note, that wraps up the show. Thanks for tuning in to the Triple B podcast. Stay phenomenal.
Let's fucking go.